Weather and climate both involve variations in temperature, precipitation, and other environmental factors. Weather is the day-to-day condition of Earth's atmosphere. Climate refers to the average conditions over long periods. A region's climate is defined by patterns of temperature and precipitation. Global climate is shaped by many factors like latitude and the transport of heat by winds and ocean currents. The main force that shapes our climate is solar energy. Some of that energy is reflected back into space and some is converted into heat. The balance between heat that stays in the biosphere and heat lost to space determines Earth's average temperature. This balance is controlled by three gases: carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor, which create the greenhouse effect. The unequal distribution of heat across the globe creates winds and ocean currents which transport heat and moisture. A niche is the average of physical and biological conditions in which a species lives and the way the species obtains what it needs to survive and reproduce. When organisms attempt to use the same limited ecological resource in the same place at the same time, competition occurs. Competition can occur both among members of the same species, also known as intraspecific competition, and between members of different species, known as interspecific competition. Competitive exclusion principle states that no two species can occupy exactly the same niche in exactly the same habitat at exactly the same time. Some species, instead of competing for similar resources, they divide them. Sometimes, changes in the population of a single species, often called keystone species, can cause dramatic changes in the structure of a community. Any relationship in which two species live closely together is called symbiosis, which means living together. Biologists recognize three main classes of symbiotic relationships in nature: mutualism, parasitism, and commensalism. This kind of relationship between a species in which both benefit is known as mutualism. A relationship in which one organism benefits and the other is neither help nor harm. Relationships in which one organism lives inside or on another organism and harms it. Biomes are described in terms of abiotic factors and biotic factors like plants and animals. Major biomes include tropical rainforest, tropical dry forest, tropical grassland, desert, temperate grassland, temperate woodland, temperate forest, coniferous forest, boreal forest, and tundra. Polar ice caps and mountain ranges are not usually defined as major biomes because they are not easily defined in terms of a typical community of plants and animals. Aquatic organisms are affected primarily by water's depth, temperature, flow, and amount of dissolved nutrients. The sunlit region near the surface in which photosynthesis can occur is known as photic zone. Below it is the aphotic zone where photosynthesis cannot occur. Many aquatic organisms live on rocks and sediments on the bottom of lakes, streams, and oceans. These are called benthos. Freshwater ecosystems can be divided into rivers and streams, lakes and ponds, and freshwater wetlands. Rivers and streams often originate from underground water sources in mountains or hills. The food webs in lakes and ponds are often based on a combination of plankton. Wetlands are often nutrient-rich and highly productive. Ecologists divide the oceans into zones based on the depth and distance from shore. The organisms on the intertidal zone are subject to regular and extreme changes in temperatures. The coastal ocean is a border that surrounds the continents and are highly productive. More than 90% of the world's ocean area is considered open ocean. The open ocean can be divided into photic zone and aphotic zone.